Hello everyone, welcome back to another Broken Arrow video. Today we have the patch notes for the patch that dropped yesterday. Very exciting news. I think all in all, the patch is really good. There's a couple problems and things that I would personally change, but I think all in all the patch is really good for the game. Thank you to all the YouTube members and those following on Twitch. And without further ado, let's jump into the patch notes. District has the PTE layout. It's pretty nice, honestly. It's a lot better than the other one, in my opinion. Yeah, District is a lot better. Pills I've not seen. Bay of Winds has an extra spawn, which actually makes the map play a lot different. And I've not seen Kaliningrad, but it has an extra spawn as well. We have the LOS tool, Observer, hotkeys to enable or disable weapons. I've not tried this. I'll be honest, I've not tried this yet. I don't think this was in, so maybe there's another hotkey in the weapons that I need to check. In the keys that I need to check. Ability to save and share color presets. That's like the color your enemies show up. And then this one is the unit pass and the actions and stuff. You can't see them in spectator. In-game chat, like I said, for the pre-game and post-game stuff. You can mute players. There's like in game. There's like a little mute symbol next to every message and stuff now, so you can quickly click it. More UI and voice lines, very good. Camera height is a bit taller, so you can zoom out a little more. It's not really noticeable, but it is a little more. I think it's mainly for those cargo planes that can fly higher now. Performance, server side. I think this is like picking a better server for whoever's in the game. Like as a new process on which region or which server they pick, depending on who's in game and stuff. I'm not too sure. They removed the dismount delay? Yes, they did. This is like, you now have to click and drag your ghost units. It's not click it and then you can move it and then click it again to place. So it's click and drag on the deployment of units if you want to move them, which I think is better. It'll take a little bit for your brain to catch up because you'll still be trying to click, but I think it is better. What are ghost units? When you're deploying a unit, the semi-transparent icon, Karin. This is editor stuff. This is editor stuff. Editor. So the delay's gone. The infinite supplies are gone. The sneaker's gone. These are the main things that have gone. Did they fix the icon stacking? No, not yet. That is one thing I wish they address. Like they group the icons maybe when you're close, but not yet. No. Reverted the infantry healing rate, which is fine because they're limited now. The aim times for the aircraft are back, so they're not 0 seconds. But this was only really needed because of the AA, so it wasn't necessary to have 0 aim time in this build. Smoke duration is all 60 seconds. There's no 90-second smoke. You can't field 9 million T-72s, even though you can't fit them in your deck half the time. Like, I think going up to 9 and 6 were kind of crazy because you couldn't even fit that many in your deck half the time. Eagle's Stingers can't shoot down Seed and Cruise missiles. Osa and Tunguska can't, and then the Fletcher can't, which is good, I think. This is the PTE income, I'm pretty sure. So it's not a straight line anymore. It's like a little bit of a staircase. You're limited to 1,500 points, so you can't save more than 1,500 points. Also very big. Conquest, we've been through that while watching. Another big one part of that is you don't get rewarded for being down on the victory scores. So you don't get money for being down on victory. They changed the death timers. You'll kind of see that in-game because it's all visualized. There's not like a list of everything with the new death timers. Spawn sides for both teams are now assigned randomly in standard matches. This I didn't know about, but that's kind of big. That's like really big, because now you don't pick the map based on what side you are, if that is true. You don't pick the map you have the better side of. You pick the map and then and then it's up to RNGesus himself whether you get the good side. This means your bursts are the same for stress. It's just like accuracy is affected by stress. So like your 30 mil will still fire the same speed when stressed. Supply dumps are slightly bigger. And then infantry changes are going to be like many pages, I think. We have LATs. This is light anti-tank doing more stress. This is grenade launcher doing more stress? No, less stress. This is the stress system for infantry being flipped, essentially, like inverted. So now you get your damage reduction while not stressed, and then while you're panicked, you lose the damage reduction. So same as it was PT. That means handheld anti-tank? Yeah, it means light anti-tank, yeah. So like shoulder fired. They changed the order in which the squad dies. So like I think you will be left with your support weapons last every single time now. They made the thresholds for the panic a little further apart, so it takes a little longer to be shocked and panicked. So you don't go from calm to instantly panicked immediately. And then this is aim time when panicked, so it's 2x aim time while shocked and 3x while panicked. This is the thing we had in PT where damage over 38 ignores like the resistance. So like bombs are more effective against infantry. Only in the open, no, not in buildings. So essentially makes your bombing infantry in the open a little more reliable. Infantry gets a slight optics buff. I don't know how I feel about this one. I think 1200 might have been fine, but yeah, it is what it is. I don't know how this is going to affect the game as much. ATGMs have the same aim time, except terminal guided missiles. This is the one where you can top armor vehicles from buildings. So they changed how far away you can top attack tanks based on the size of the building. So if the tank's within 100 meters of a 5-story building, it's gonna get top attacked, and then 200 meters for 9-story, and then high rises of 400. The Sturms are back to their mix loadout, so they don't have a million anti-infantry rockets anymore. They have like 3 of each. So they have 3 anti-infantry and 3 anti-tank. VDB Dish has a VDB PKP option now, which gets rid of one of the launchers and gives it PKPs. Gavadi get an additional RPG at 28. An AGS was removed from motorized. PTO Medis gets another loadout, so it has the AGS Motor Dakota loadout that is back. PDSS got their optics slightly reduced. Cherney are back to their PT loadouts, so they're 12-man loadouts. Obviously the one with the RPG and then the one with the thermobarics. The Recon Resvedka got an additional rocket, but they lost their PKM. Marine Raiders, they now have, every member has a rifle, and they will swap to the shotgun when it is in range. Mech Riflemen, MMG, AA and Mech Engineers went from 6 to 7 men. This is another one I'm not too sure of, because it was kind of like the identity of the squad, but they play okay now. Raiders better at clearing forest then? No. So Raiders and forest wouldn't change. It just means anything over 200 meters, they're using rifles instead of the shotguns. MMG got an additional MG. AA got more missiles. Rifleman got another M249. MMG got an additional loadout with the Dragon. We have the airborne recce loadouts. In my opinion, these 2 loadouts should be the same price, because they're like side grades, not straight upgrades. I think these both at 65 points would be fine. Scouts also get an extra AT, which I think are both good, because 3 AT in this game is not great. Because if it's an APS vehicle, you just die. The Rangers got their MG changed, and the CQC one got the Moors instead of the disposable. To sum these 2 changes up, the standoff Rangers are slightly better, and the CQC ones are slightly worse than they were before. Green Berets, slight weapon changes for Flesh. This is just the same as the Raiders, so they have a weapon for when they're not using their shotgun now. So past 200 meters, the guy with the shotgun is going to be shooting the HK. Zelukai got an additional law. I don't know what these are. What is the A545? AK? Okay. So 545 AK and then 762 AK. 2 of the MGs can now be used in CQC. I don't really agree with this, but it is what it is. I don't think MGs, unless they're dedicated assault MGs, should be used in CQC. Because, like, this one, this fucking KAC is huge. It's like a 338 machine gun. Bro's fucking breaching with it. MG aim time has gone up slightly across the board. The grenade launchers are 400 meters. Some of the some of the snipers have been grouped differently now. So there's like differentiation between some of the sniper groups. So like the 7.62 snipers can do 1,000. The slightly higher calibers can do 1,100, and then I think the 50 cals are like 1,200. DMRs lost their cover value slightly. Their ignore cover value. It's gone down slightly. Not sure why this one was done. Maybe in the big patch notes tomorrow, like the official one, they'll put some of the reasoning, but I don't know. Metas are slightly faster. Metas and Dragons are also slightly faster here. Aim time reduction on the SPG-9 and the Vampire on reload, so they fire slightly faster. Straw aim time reduced to 2 to 3. Aim time for javelins and spikes. Damage reduction on the Baltic AA. Penetration value. So this is the one we got in PT where they changed it so the thermobaric missiles do less penetration. So in theory, the Sturmoviki aren't going to be like killing your vehicles and stuff now, right? I don't agree with this one. This is the one I don't agree with. The S-Stuff one, in my opinion, should still be 300 because that is the purpose of the rocket. It is a dual purpose. It's still got 105, but in my opinion, that's not enough for what it is. I think it should have that added spice that it is still 300. Slight change to resupply costs. Lats are slightly cheaper, grenades are slightly cheaper to resupply. And then ATGMs are 100 and 150 respectively. Transport vehicles. MTLB is now 14 seats. Bradley is now 7. M113 is now 14. AAVP is now 22. So the same as public PT. The one missing here is AMPV, I guess. I can't remember if it's changed. The resupply thing added, and the different supply for each category of transport vehicle. So essentially anything with a cannon here, or high seat capacity, is 250. 400 for essentially non-armed APCs. So APCs with like 50 cals and stuff. And then the certain specialized ones that carry more, like the Warpig and the BMO and stuff. Stealth value increase for the non-armed recon vehicles. So anything below an autocannon, and then the ones that are autocannon and up have a lower stealth. Not included in here is the recon tanks are the same at 1.25. This was already covered further up, I think. MGs, HMGs, and miniguns aim time to 1 second. Autocannons reduced by a second. Tank guns are now down to 1.5 to 2.5. Gun launched ATGM times reduced. And that's pretty good. They're kind of really bad at the moment. The damage increases for the tank guns from the same as the public PT. So Abrams and Russia main battle tanks will do 10 damage with their AP round, 11 with their heat, 11 with the what do they call the gun launched ATGM, and then the 105s will do 8.5 and 8.5. Oh yeah, because the 105s have HE rounds, so the 105 AP will do the same as the 100. I think 100 is the Rapier, the Russian one, and then the 105s are the US vehicles, like the Booker and the Striker. The barrel on ATGM just slightly more, and this is the heat on the Rapier again, I think, does slightly more. Ignore cover values for HE shells and some of the heat. Kozlik, SPG, brought in line with the infantry one. The BTO aim time. The Warpig Fletcher aim time. And this is the Baltic vehicle, I think. The TGB 1111. is the recoilless rifle for the Baltics. So, like, the same type vehicle as the Kozlik. RT changes. Dispersion from MLRS has been decreased, so they're going to be less accurate at long ranges. Howitzer and MLRS range has been increased by 500 meters. I don't really understand this one or why it's there, but it is. So yep. But this was the same in PTE, like, but I don't know why it had to go up. Mortars are now reduced to 3 per system. Fix the problem where it would, after multiple queued fire missions, it would reset to the default chill. The Grad cluster has gone to the version where it fires faster, but it does slightly less damage, but it fires faster, and dispersion is slightly more. So it's less accurate, fires faster. Tochkas and Iskanders went up in range. Attackers went up in range. Prisms went up in range. Meteorite damage reduction to get it below the 38 damage threshold. Further up the post. Make it 37. I think it's fine. They just wanted it enough below that the damage, that the stress thing still affects it. Same with the breaches. I think they're fine at 35, honestly. It doesn't affect too many situations, unless you're like right on the edge of those values. This is the change for salvo length on certain howitzers. I don't like this one, but yep, I hate this one, actually. I think these are both good. I hate this one. First one is bad too. I think first one is okay for laser guided shells, because you don't need to fire more than 3 rounds of laser guided, and you don't actually want to with the changes to resupply, or you'll be there on supply forever. I think these two are fine. I think this one is really bad. Couple loadout changes. Missions removed, smoke removed. It's now just a HE platform. Paladin change. So the A7 is now a laser artillery platform. So I think I'll just be using the A6. Brutus. And they added the extended range loadout as default. I don't really like this one. I think there should be a non-guided version of the Brutus, but it is not world-ending. There is. Oh, but it says default HE smoke and cluster munition loadout removed. Am I being stupid? I also remember testing a HE version, so I don't know what... Maybe this is just written poorly. Mr. HE shells removed. Like this one I don't understand either, because I've been using HE. So, I don't know. Yeah. This one and this one and this... No, this one and this one I don't know. The A6 is essentially the same from what I remember. It's like the A7. So it has the mixed loadout with HE smoke and laser. I think this one's right. So it has smoke guided and HE. The only thing about the patch notes is, from looking at it now, is they're not organized the best. So like they put a load of the vehicle change at the top, but then they haven't included all the vehicle change at the top. So it's like, it's weirdly segregated. Hosta redesigned for mortar type rules. Yep, I think that is right. Barrack changes, AA aim time, dispersion on the AA, and the range change. Pretty sure these are all accurate, from what I remember. In patch notes, there is nothing for recon transporting units. I'm pretty sure it's in the game. Like, 90% sure. Because yesterday I put an Igler in a PKP. Or a PRP, sorry. More loadout changes for high caliber mortars. Tulipan aim time increase. Get fucked Tulipan users. Not the Tulipan. Dispersion changes, guided shells are this amount. HE is now this amount. 152 and 155 howitzer shells are this amount. And then Barrag and I think these are 120s? No, 130s. These are 130s, so 130s are to this. Resupply time has been standard for howitzers with the following values. 105 to 130 is 6 seconds. 152 and 155 are 8. 152 and 155 guided are 10. 203 to 240 is 12, and 240 guided is 14. And then changes for reload time of missile-based artillery systems. So it takes 8 minutes for Tornado Smirch, 8 minutes for TOS, 1A, so the long range version. 6 minutes for Bertino, the short range TOS. Grad is 6 minutes. Tochka is 2 minutes. Iskanders are 4 minutes. And then the high capacity Iskander is 6 minutes 40 for 4, or 3 minutes 20 for 2. And then pretty much the same for US-based systems as well. So 8 minutes for MLRS and GMLRS. HIMARS are 4 minutes because it's half the payload. Cat phase are 6 minutes. Attackers are 4 for 2, or 8 for 4. And 2 for 1, or 4 for 2. On the... this is the different weapon systems. So this is the ones that carry 4, and this is the ones that carry 2. AA, high out, firing range has been reduced. But the modifier is different, I believe. AA guns, aim time, but they're not going to be able to really shoot planes now, unless they're directly underneath. Short range SAMs and SPAG units have a low altitude a high altitude multiplier of 1 instead of 2. So they're going to shoot planes less. That's just your short red units. But their turret rotation speed has been increased, so they're actually better at tracking. So this will make them better at directing on seed and stuff like that. How much 20 damage effect one-shotting? So the way it works, Kono, is with the one-shotting AA being at 20 damage now, there is a 25% chance that you will one-shot the plane. So it's not every guaranteed hit is a one-shot. There is a 25% chance that you will one-shot the plane on a hit, instead of every single time it's a one-shot, which I think is a nice compromise in my opinion. Cold launch has been reduced, so there is a shorter time between aiming and firing from mostly the Russia-based systems. AA will now properly engage missiles in self-defense instead of ignoring them and hoping another SAM does it if it's already being targeted. Slightly longer delay between missiles. This is what this is essentially. So the most obvious way of seeing this is you will shoot down the first seed missile, and the second one, something else has to shoot down the missile for you, because you'll be on cooldown. So if you don't have a developed AA net, the seed is going to kill your pack if you don't turn it off. Radar changes are listed. I think these multipliers used to be different, that's why they're grouped like this, but now it is 2x at low out and 3x against high out across the board. Longest range AA now going up to 7.8 against high out, and the lowest being 5.4. This is the damage changes that we were just discussing. So these 3 have a chance to one-shot. Dispersion reduced for Shulker, the non-radar variant. Mistral damage and pen nerf. Day ruined. Funny Mistral truck nerf. Aim time reduced on helicopter-based ATGMs, so you can do pop-up attacks a little easier now. Respite increase for Seed and the cruise missiles, I believe. And for the Seed on the Super Cobras and Vipers as well. Guardian moved from Airborne back to Special Forces. I'm sure people will love that. Killer Eggs and Little Birds HP reduction to 6, so they are one-shot by everything. Everything missile-based. They got their armor back. So they're a little tankier versus small arms, but all missile-based, sure-rideable, insta-kill them. Loomers are slightly faster in terms of their missile profile. Dispersion reduced for SA, S-13, Hydra, and Zuni rockets, as well as the APKWS and the Dagger. I think this is good, honestly. The rocket helis felt really good in PTE. Maybe a little strong if you were really good with them, but It makes them more effective for the broader audience. Lots of prices and cooldown changes. It'd be weird. I don't think they're gonna list them all. You just have to check them out in game since you can now view them all on the HUD. While panicked, so if you get hit, if your plane gets hit, the panic affects your accuracy more than it did before. So you are less accurate while panicked. I believe this also includes dispersion for bombs. So if you are hit once during a bombing run, your bombs are going to be more spread. Fly count adjustments. Jets have 25, CAS has 50. Afterburn is like 33% less fuel. 9k missiles. So your R37s and your gunslingers and your AIM 260s have a different speed profile. They're now the same speed as your AMRAAMs, which I think is a good change. 9Ks are very, very deadly. Aim time for cruise missiles, return to 1 second. Aim time for smart bombs to 0 seconds. You still have to go to your high out first, though. So it's not instantaneous. It has to climb to high out, and then it is the 0 seconds. Oh yeah, I completely skipped it. It's literally what it says here. Another big one. If you are bombing with smart bombs, you can no longer laze. You have to precision if you want to laze your munition. During airdrops, if you click the little icons, you can drop units out 1 by 1. Aircraft have been reduced to 2 cards per airframe. They changed the transport and strategic bombers I said earlier. They fly slightly higher. We have the PT behavior of the big cruise missile planes, so they'll loiter in the back instead of flying towards target, ripping off their cruise missiles. They'll loiter at the back of the map. There's a cap range of short-range SAMs, means strategic bombers and transports only get attacked by long-range AA and jets. Essentially, yes. HP changes to drones. They're now 10 HP. Economy tweaks. This is price changes of a lot of things across the board. This is probably all of the last pages. Spetsnaz price increase. Dush price increase. Iglet price increase. Medis price decrease. Gavardi price decrease. The ambush variant of the Diversanti price decrease. Gru, the mix has gone down, the AA has gone down, and the AT's slightly gone down. All down by 15, I think. Yes. SSO have gone up to 100 for both variants. PDSS have gone down in price. BMF in the fire support loadout have slightly gone down. The assault one's still the same. Gonostralki's gone up. Tomochiki's gone down on the Cord variant. Engineers Tomoviki have gone down, both variants. The Fagot has gone down. Force Recon's gone up. Marine's gone down. Reserve Marine's gone up, so both Marines are now 80. Marine Raider Standoff has gone down. Assault Men have gone up. Straw and Assault Men are now the same price. Cat Dragon's gone down. So there's the Javelin. Cat Toe's gone down. Mech Riflemen have gone up. MMG and AA have also gone up. This one might be a little drastic. Maybe like 70 points. But they got a lot of missiles now, so Ranger Snipers have gone up. Unluck. Punishers have gone down. Delta have gone down. Jaegerists have gone up. ST Scouts have gone up. I think this one's maybe a little drastic. I don't think the ST Scouts are amazing. The SR spikes are okay, but I don't think they're 90 points. Maybe a little drastic on this one. The funny versions have different prices now for the reserve. Seleucai's gone down, S-Stop's gone down, Milan's gone up. Javelin's same price, and Spike's gone down. These being the same is good, I think. Because Milan's the one most used because it ripple fires, but the Javelin is like, it's a different purpose, right? So, and then the Baltic AA are both the same price for these two. The Sprut, slightly more. The Barbarous has gone down for the 57 version. Terminator's gone back down slightly, but the ERA costs slightly more, and the AG costs slightly more. So it's if you max it, it's only like a 5% 5-point buff. Thunderbolt has gone up in price. These two, because they were overperforming in the public PT, they were both really, really good. CV's got a buff, only by 5 points though. Lots of price adjustments for RT, pretty much going up across the board. Apart from mortars and things, I think mortars are cheaper. Yeah, so like Drox and such are slightly cheaper. Nonas have gone up. Vendors have gone down. So once you hit the howitzer and up mark, pretty much everything's more expensive. By a decent amount as well. The Taz has gone down. Unlock. I will not read through all of these. Helicopter price changes. So the public PT helicopter changes. I think these were good. Making the transport helis were good. Cheaper were good. Like Osprey for 100 points, I think is pretty good. 150 is a lot. And then bug fixes. This list is probably going to grow. I don't know if they're finished with the patch notes completely. But I'm pretty sure there's a lot more than this.